Wine Week is in full swing at the Philbrook Museum of Art in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Every 2 years, esteemed vintners and regional restaurants converge to craft a harmonious blend of food and wine, tantalizing the taste buds and delighting the senses. 26 remarkable restaurants and caterers gather on the stunning grounds of the Philbrook to showcase their culinary mastery and demonstrate how wine intertwines with food to create the ultimate culinary experience. Our journey for the best bites of the Philbrook Grand Tasting takes us first to the vault, where Abby provided us with a sweet and savory bite. Next up was quite possibly the most comprehensive offering from the vaunted Mahogany Steakhouse, featuring bites of trout pate, beef dips, and chocolate, and even an entire charcuterie board. This was a stunning presentation for one of Tulsa's premier steakhouses. This has been a place that I have wanted to review for a long time, and I am excited to give this a try. The Tavern showed up with some fun, sweet and savory bacon caramel popcorn. Each bite popped in your mouth with flavors of rich caramel, butter, and bacon. Jimmy's Chophouse of the McGill group provided an open-faced beef sandwich with notes of rich beef, tangy sauce, and sweet onion. Up next, Maple Ridge Grocer brought the sweet and salty heat with a soy braised pork belly bite topped with a jalapeno. What fun! Mr. Kim's showed out with a caviar and Pringles combination that is wildly popular. One bite features tuna and salmon roll, while the other bite features paddlefish caviar. Each bite had a beautiful, delicate flavor profile with an amazing contrast of texture between the tartare and the Pringles, with the caviar popping in your mouth, adding a slightly saltiness to each bite. Peacemaker Lobster and Crab Company of Tulsa brought a taste of New England to the event with a creamy, dreamy shrimp roll, a fun riff on a lobster roll. The creamy cold shrimp paired beautifully with a warm, crispy, buttery brioche roll. La Tertulia provided a beautiful, fresh blue corn tortilla transporting a delicate, smoky beef-flavored taco that was perfectly balanced with a creamy, tangy avocado sauce. This was a fun dish, and it is also gluten-free. Next up, the Slaughterhouse provided a deconstructive beef Wellington for fun. Almost lost this one. Thank goodness I was able to get it in there for the save. Next is Catherine with Soma. She provided a break from the other offerings with a spring-inspired crostini with fresh strawberries and a lemon ricotta. This bite was vibrant, refreshing, and came as a complete surprise from Soma given my last review. I might have to give them another try. I need to give a special shout out to the Justin Thompson group. I wasn't able to record a video, however, Chef Jared at Juniper provided a beautiful crostini with honey and whipped goat cheese. I also got to see Miles, the executive chef, and I had the esteemed pleasure of meeting Chef Justin Thompson. A very wonderful kindred spirit. We got to converse about food, and I want to take the opportunity to thank him for taking the time to speak with me. I look forward to interacting with him in the future. Following my conversation with Justin Thompson, the legendary seafood haven Bodean made its grand entrance, showcasing its prowess for fresh oysters. It was an oyster bar, with Chef Stetson himself taking charge shucking the oysters. I made a special request for a unique blend, and he worked his magic within the shell. The result was pure enchantment. The oyster was adorned with a dollop of creamy creme fraiche and diced salmon, creating an exquisite interplay of textures and flavors. As I savored the oyster sliding into my mouth, I was overwhelmed by the initial briny essence of the sea, which gracefully transitioned into the delicate, tangy creaminess of the creme fraiche, with a final burst of salmon flavor leaving a lasting impression on my palate. The simplicity, flawless execution, conceptual brilliance, and sheer perfection of the dish left me in awe. I need to go to Bodean after this one. While attempting to recover from the indulgence of the Bodean's oyster, FarmBar was next up, with head pastry chef Amara and chef Lisa Beckland. They presented a savory wild mushroom risotto ball and a brittle tart. Chef Beckland's risotto ball boasted a perfect crust, offering a delightful contrast to the creamy, savory wild mushroom and rice interior. This combination tantalized both the taste buds and the texture receptors, creating an ethereal experience. The tangy aioli served as a harmonious complement to the dish. Next, Amara's tart. With its creamy, dreamy interior, it teased the palate with delightful notes of cream and caramel. The tart crust added an additional layer of texture and subtle hints of peanut lingering on the palate. What an incredible 1-2 combination of sweet and savory. Well done. In the Raw was up next with the assortment of sushi. In the Raw is one of the premier sushi restaurants in Tulsa, with their concept view atop the vast building being simply one of the best atmospheric restaurants in Tulsa. We beelined it straight for the Meat and Cheese Show, which is hosted by Chef Joel and the esteemed ye olde cheese wench Chef Amanda Simcoe. Regrettably, I missed out on the full cone experience. They provided a whimsical mini ice cream cone filled with decadent blend of foie gras butter, serving as the divine vessel for Kaluga caviar. Nonetheless, Chef Joel knew I was coming and provided me with 2 spoonfuls of pure bliss. Each bite was an indulgent revelation, so exquisite it borderline on sinful. The rich, nutty flavors of the foie gras and butter danced in perfect harmony with the delicate pearls of caviar, bursting with each bite to unveil the sublime wonders of the salty sea. It was a journey from the depths of pleasure to the highest peaks of ecstasy, a truly decadent and delightfully naughty combination. Big Bites 2024 winner Sedalias from Oklahoma City made a triumphant return to the Tulsa area, with Chef Walters and his delightful wife Silvana presenting a delightful combination of fresh smoked salmon and pickled asparagus. It was a truly beautiful dish. The tender salmon boasted a subtle yet distinct smokiness that complemented, rather than overshadow, the natural, fresh salmon flavor. The sweet tanginess of the asparagus provided the ideal contrast in both texture and flavor, adding a delightful crunch to each bite. Well done, Chef Walters. Keo offered a fun salty sweet banh mi with fresh vegetables. It was a fun little sandwich. McGill's offered a creamy pasta dish. While not my favorite, you should still give them a try. Prossimo was up next, offering a fun riff on Italian classics. A beautiful pork bite wrapped in their house-made bread with a tangy sauce added a fun interplay of savory and tangy. Their classic tiramisu featured delicate notes of coffee and cream. Fun little dish. Pastis Hospitality was up next, and I got to be reunited with an old friend Peter, formerly of Lowood, and also Isa, one of the head chefs. They are both delightful people, and Peter provides some of the best service I've had in Tulsa. Introduced to a new chef, Coda from Pastis Hospitality, and she may have just stolen the show with her banana caramel panna cotta. Pastis Hospitality seems to be behind the acclaimed Lowood group, and this panna cotta was sheer perfection. Its texture was a marvel, with a delicate custard harmonizing flawlessly with a graham crumb that provided a delightful sensation akin to popping caviar in your mouth. While the banana flavor was present, it was subtle and harmonious, never overwhelming the palate. Instead, it complemented the luscious brown butter whipped ganache perfectly, with the passion fruit gel providing tangy bursts of acidity cleansing the palate, priming it for more, and more I wanted. This dessert had it all. Impeccable taste, luxurious texture, and a touch of transcendence. What a concept indeed. It takes true courage to present a banana panna cotta at an event, and Coda's boldness paid off magnificently. Well done. You may have just stolen the show with this bite. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Next up is Chef Lyle of the Summit Club, who introduced a Wagyu dumpling adorned with luxurious cream sauce, crisp radish, and exquisite sumac sprinkled on top. This dish is an absolute triumph. With each bite into the dumpling, you're greeted with a symphony of flavors. The rich essence of Wagyu beef shines through, perfectly complemented by the tangy freshness of the radish and velvety richness of the cream sauce. The sumac adds a delightful touch of Mediterranean spice that lingers on the palate, leaving you craving for more, and more I wanted. For the final bite of the evening, we hit up the Hemmingway 1515, which presented us with their classic Devils on Horseback. The union of bacon, prune, and blue cheese was a beautiful combination of salty, sweet, savory. This event is not complete without wine. Wine is the theme of the event. I have admitted that I am ignorant when it comes to wine. I don't have the palate or appreciation to properly analyze the flavors, so I don't feel I can confidently speak on it. This event was more than just food. It was an opportunity to learn about wine and try and explore my taste palette with the wines offered. I have a long way to go, but this is a good first step. This evening was really highlighted by making new friends and celebrating the world of food and wine with old ones. So, who won the best bites of the Philbrook Wine Tasting? Let's go through the top 5. At number 5, we have a tie between the land and the sea, with Chef Walters of Sedalia providing salmon dish that was absolutely incredible, and the Summit Club's Chef Lyle providing that Wagyu dumpling. Well done, well done. Number 4, we return to the sea with Chef Stetson's Heavenly Shell. This oyster would have made Poseidon himself proud. At number 3, we have the Meat and Cheese Show. Chef Joel and Chef Simcoe, the foie and caviar combination was simply incredible. This could have stolen Best of Show, but I missed out on a key aspect. I think that texture from that cone would have been a perfect merriment of texture and flavor. They really showed up with this dish. Well done. At number 2, we have FarmBar, featuring Chef Becklin and Chef Amara's dynamic duo of sweet and savory. The risotto ball and the tart was simply exquisite. It was a really tough decision between number 2 and number 1, but this is just simply incredible. Well done. At number 1, we have Pastis Hospitality, Coda, and the incredible banana panna cotta. The more I think about this dish, the more I am thoroughly impressed with it. Each bite tickles your tastes and feeds your fads in the most luxurious way. Most impressive is the delicate banana flavoring. There is no true extract for banana. It's all imitation, and it can be very offensive as it's so delicate in flavor, it's hard to create a true extract. This was my worry when I first saw this dish, that it would have the offensive fake banana flavor. But this was so subtle, so beautiful, it is just a merriment of wonder. This stole the show. Well done. I am so excited to try more from Coda and her brilliance.